It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting detail that was in the teaser or trailer for the next episode of Fear the Walking Dead. And this has to do with the possibility of seeing Morgan's wife again. So she'll return in some capacity in Fear the Walking Dead, which is quite interesting. So stay tuned. We'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. We did see this particular shot in the trailer or teaser for the next episode. So we obviously see Morgan putting a blanket over a decayed walker's head. Now look at the hair and the makeup and everything. It matches almost exactly Morgan's wife, who we saw in season 1 of the original show. And that can't be a coincidence. It's almost too perfect to be a coincidence. You know what I mean? So that brings up the possibility of Morgan going back and finding his wife. Now, another thing, we do know that Morgan will actually be going through some hallucinations or something. We saw quite a bit of that in the trailer. We see scenes of Morgan just breaking into tears and kind of breaking down, and it seems like he's definitely in some sort of hallucination state. We actually see graffiti of his son's name, Duane, on the wall at some point in the trailer. So it definitely seems like he's going through some stuff, and it seems like what we're seeing in here, for the most part, with Morgan in these scenes are hallucinations and they're not real, which brings up the possibility that the scene we saw earlier with Morgan putting a blanket over his wife's body is also a hallucination. And the reason why I say that is because if that is in fact Morgan's wife, then it brings up the question of how realistic is it? You know what I mean? So unless Morgan found his wife in a particular room and killed her, it doesn't really make sense for the body to be exactly where he expects it. You know what I mean? Like if he just left her somewhere, then it's impossible to find her. You know what I mean? But if they have it so that he did find his wife and killed her, but didn't bury her or anything like that, then it could explain that scene that we saw. And they could make it fit in terms of how realistic it is. The other thing to keep in mind is obviously it would be more satisfying for us to see also his son, Duane, and not just his wife. And the reason why I say that is because his story is really intertwined with the fate of both of those characters. So if we just see Morgan deal with his wife, it's not enough. His story is not complete to an extent. But if they do also show us his son, then it would kind of close the gap in terms of bringing his story full circle and closing his story. Now, I do have another video that I'll do later on about the better approach of completing Morgan's story and bringing his story full circle. So stay tuned for that video later this week. But when it comes to this particular scene that we saw in the trailer, with Morgan putting a blanket over someone who appears to be his dead wife, I'm leaning more towards this being a hallucination and not really being something that actually happens to Morgan in the timeline that we have now. But I am definitely interested to know your thoughts and opinions, so share that in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.